This is my 3-minute testimony. My story is a love story. I was raised in a good home, good parents, but we hardly went to church and we didn't talk about God. So I wasn't rejecting him. I was just not really that aware of him. As I look back, it seemed like God used my love for Birgit to draw me to himself. Here's how that went down. I fell in love with her. We moved in together. And because she was interested in church, she took me there a few times. And it was there where I first understood about Jesus and the Bible and why Jesus came and how I had to commit myself to him. And it was that aspect that I had to commit my life to him that really threatened me. I found that I just really wanted my own independence. I didn't want to commit my life to anyone. But because I love Birgit, I kept checking this thing out. And the love story continued. We got engaged, and things were going great till we hit a wall. Birgit went for marital counseling, and this pastor told her, "You are not living for God, and you have to break up with this guy because he's not a Christian." When I found out she couldn't marry me because I wasn't a Christian, I thought that was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard, and I was so angry. But that was that crisis that forced me to deal with this whole idea that if I was to be a Christian, I had to surrender my will to God and to Jesus. I did so at the age of 25 after much resistance, after much kicking and screaming. I finally surrendered to him and I stopped blaming him for all my problems and I entrusted him with my future. I had feared that becoming a Christian, I would lose my independence. I was so wrong. With God's help, I actually figured out who I truly was and what I was made for. And God has since led me into full-time vocational ministry where I have served my God and my King for almost 30 years now. My story is a story of how God used my love for a woman to draw me into a deeper love with him, whom I now serve with my life's energy. It scares me to think of what my life would have become and who I would have been had I not surrendered my will and my life to Jesus. If you want to know more of my story, feel free to reach out to me.